Hi everyone. It feels like it's been an eternity since I've been back here, but considering I was here about 24 hours ago, it's absolutely insane. They decided to let me back on, back on again.
Against all odds.
Who let this guy back in?
Against all odds, they let me back in. But then again, they probably didn't know who I was last time. So, but no. So we'll be doing Final Fantasy 15 today instead of Initial D. Initial D, we'll be doing the 80%. But we'll hop right into it, so we'll just get... So, in three...
Oh, wait.
Hang on.
Yep.
Timer.
It was not... Okay, ready to go?
Yep, so in 3, 2, 1, go. So, little recap of Final Fantasy 15. It is a heck of a game. We can easily say it is probably one of, in my heart, it's one of the best Final Fantasy games. But to everyone else, it is one of the worst.
Yeah.
In terms of one of the worst, it'll be for differing opinions. In my case, for one of the worst, it'll be because of the game engine alone is the worst that it's ever seen.
It was a pretty polarizing game on release just because it had a semi-controversial release with its it being a bit rushed. And then the game sort of had to be retroactively fixed. These days, loved. But at the time, even I was in the camp of oh, I don't know about this one, folks.
Me when I'm walking down Highway Street on the weekend.
Oh, every time. This is the random stranger that's saying you'll see them down the street again later that week.
So here's something a little bit interesting with this cutscene is we're supposed to move naturally, but we can just get Gladio to teleport to us instead. Because really we don't feel like moving. So this is actually supposed to happen later in the game, so this is kind of a recap. A
flash forward.
Yeah, flash forward of 10 years from where we're supposed to be, but instead of 10 years, we're going to see him in about 40 minutes. And he won't be too happy to see us.
10 years is about the length of every other Final Fantasy speedrun, though.
It's been 10 years.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Hey, dang, that's
Too
pretty
soon,
quick.
Damon, too soon.
Maybe if I've got the controller.
Don't kick a man while he's down, alright?
Sorry.
No. I've gone through my 5 stages of grief. But it's not
I think
about
he
me
wants
right
to
now, it's
say something about the
AusSpeedruns.
game. I thought we were just going to talk.
So we're gonna have we're basically gonna have an in-game cutscene, but we still do actions where the crew we get introduced to the crew being Noctis, Gladiolus, Prompto, and Ignis, in which they have their party in the game, in which I've got my own party here. But instead our car's broken down because why trust any sort of car, especially an Audi? So at this point, it's just going to be a whole minute of just pushing R2 because we're going to have to be pushing the car.
I hope we're not sponsored by Audi.
We aren't sponsored by Audi, but we are sponsored by Gigabyte.
Oh!
They are our main sponsor for the event, providing 2 beautiful MO32U monitors. You can go into the running to win if you donate $50 or more. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep talking because unfortunately this song is very copyrighted, especially if you do it on YouTube. It is a great cover of Stand By Me. If you want to. Yeah, absolutely great cover. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use this minute just to kind of give a little bit of shout outs and whatnot for myself. So obviously do thanks to our sponsors. I do want to give a personal thanks to the sponsor Infinite Worlds Tattoos, considering I am doing this run, especially with a new fresh tattoo done on my arm by them. Absolutely great folks. Definitely, if you are interested in getting a tattoo by them, definitely go for it.
Yeah, Corpsey was talking to me for months about the tattoo because we both love Avenged Sevenfold.
Yep.
I thought you had a tattoo on your chest.
See my chest. See my chest.
He was talking to me for at least 2 months about I'm going to get this tattoo done at so and so. And then lo and behold, the week before the event, he's like, oh, it's the same people. Yeah. I was already going there.
Yeah. Hey, I already knew about that. But before we actually get into the game where we decide to basically push our car all the way to a mechanics, I do want to give, this is personal to me, I do want to give a dedication to a particular person that wasn't able to come out to this event today, that I hold special to my heart, and I hope they are watching this so they can actually hear this, but...
Woo!
But anyways, on with the run. So basically the crew's broken down and we've got no money.
Never liked that game.
What about in the game?
Good at it either.
Bang.
Anyway, we give the next 45 minutes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Frame 1 on that one.
Y'all ain't never been out this way before, have you? Go on, have a look around. This'll make sure y'all don't get lost.
Waiting for it.
Oh, man.
I'm really sorry, I had to do it.
I'm glad you're here with us. You're like the parent of this
Trying
town.
to like rein everyone in.
Alright, kids, get back in the car. We're getting back on the road.
We've expended the
Well, we
last
can't,
of our
'cause-
funds.
No, we can't.
Yeah,
I gotta fix.
So this
Gotta
game
fix it,
features
huh?
my favorite Tekken 7 character.
Broken down and flat broke.
Yeah, they did a partnership with Tekken and just brought Noctis in from which one is it?
She ain't
Tekken
gonna be
7.
ready
Tekken
for a
7,
while.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, for
Y'all
those that
need
don't know,
something?
Noctis is actually playable in Tekken 7 and terrorized that game. In a game that's all about like, I mean, obviously it's way off topic, but like very close spacing thing. He's just got massive swords and teleports, and everyone hated it.
Yep. So, one thing we do have in this game is dialogue options.
Hey, look, it's us.
Hey, it's us!
It's us. Oh my god.
Oh my god! So I'm just gonna do a little bit of accessory management because this is actually very, very important. So this, I'll actually do this first before I explain anything. Menuing sucks, by the way. Okay, we're good for
Nice.
menuing.
Don't go
So
running around after dark.
the gear
demons
that
are
we're wearing
liable
is the
to rip y'all
Magitech
to
exosuit.
shreds.
It is very important because the
enough
Magitech
for this to
exosuit
Just
is
between
basically
us,
makes
though.
all the
Don't
characters
tell Pawpaw.
invincible, but we only get a certain amount of charge. But in terms of the whole speedrun, we'll have enough charge to basically be invincible for the whole time, which means we won't have to level to get more MP. Well, more MP, more HP, and more damage. So we are it may look a bit strange that we're supposed to be sidelining, but we do need to grab this Mega Elixir just because we do need it for money later on, because we do need to buy a particular weapon.
And the exosuits, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, they are from like the, is it the Royal Edition DLC? It's like one of the DLCs, isn't it? You just get it from the start?
Yeah, so it was introduced in the Royal Edition DLCs, which came to console, but then as soon as they introduced it into Windows Edition, because I don't know absolutely why they call it the Windows Edition on PC, but the Royal Edition did introduce the Magitech exosuit as baseline. Same with when I did the menuing for Noctis, the Blazefire Saber 14, which is actually Lightning Sword from 13, and the Ragnarok, in which the Ragnarok is the main weapon we will be using for this game until the very end. There will be one other outfit we will actually use mainly outside of the Magitech exosuit, which is a Royal Edition, Windows Edition specific outfit, being called the Royal Raiment.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just a way for us to increase our MP. Because especially during the last 10 minutes of the run, we will have to have a certain amount of MP to pull off a out of bounds we will have to do.
All right. We'll be done in no time.
But right now, I'd say like the first 10 minutes of the game is very substandard, which is going to go through the main quests, well, the main quests of Chapter 1, but we will have to do certain dialogue inputs just because we do get AP from them, which we do need to use for particular skills that we will need later on, specifically around Ignis, which we will need to do within the first 20 minutes, and then later on Noctis will have some abilities that he will have unlocked as well. So, I will mention that I was going to try and warp strike there, but because I ran out of stamina early on because I was clearly not paying attention to my stamina bar, that he just did not want to warp strike. If you run out of stamina, a lot of your actions are limited until he gets full stamina back. Usually to circumvent this, you can use the stamina badge, which gives you infinite stamina, but considering I'm a little bit of a dum-dum, I did not decide to do that.
Yeah, because like running and dashing takes up your stamina as well as like actually using the warp thing, right?
Yeah.
I haven't played this in a long time, but I have played it a number of times. It's a very good game. I did
The
enjoy
number
it.
is 1.
I did a couple of replays. It was like, it's at least 3.
It's a good
I have the shirt. Come on, leave me
You
alone.
do, yeah, you
I got the
do.
shirt.
Good Tekken shirt.
So-
It's a very good Tekken shirt.
So it probably looked a little bit strange that I was taking a photo of the ground. It's not because the ground is pretty as much as it looks like, but we do need this for later. because it does let us do a out of bounds glitch. As to why it works, that we can just look at the ground, take a photo, and then use it to somehow get out of balance. It's absolutely baffling, and this is probably why the engine just never likes me playing this game, because it's like, oh yeah, stare at the camera. I'm just gonna look through a camera, stare out of bounds, and whoops, there you go. You're now outside of the game.
Oh, so does it need to be specifically the ground, or you can't just take a photo of anything?
Usually the ground's safest, because usually when you're looking... honestly, I could make anything up about how the explanation works. But in this case, I have no idea as to why we look at the ground. Honestly, I'll just say the ground looks very pretty. Because honestly, go on a vacation, am I the only one that takes pictures of the ground when I'm on vacation?
What about the shack
Depends on
over
how
there?
pretty the ground looks on that particular day. I feel like it depends.
I swear, you can't leave me hanging here. Alright, so we're about to get to... I need my companions here. Where are they going? Because come on, boys. So they're actually being a bit funny, so we're supposed to get a little dialogue with them saying like, oh hey, pull back and learn how to do a warp strike, especially to that water tower, and it was supposed to get you AP. But considering he hasn't done that, we're going to have to take the alternate route later on, where instead of focusing more into Ignis's ascension of skills, we're going to have to focus into Noctis's just for a little, because we have a little bit less.
Been looking for you. Didn't mean to cause y'all any trouble.
So this is Dave.
I've been stuck
Hi,
in
Dave.
Maintenance.
Hi.
ankle. Yeah, something funny
Probably the
about
same one that
I gave him hell.
So it's actually it's Dave the Hunter, but in this case, I think I don't even remember the story to this game. Honestly, I don't know. He sprained his ankle, I guess.
Dave did.
Yeah, Dave sprained his ankle.
Yeah, I think he like was running away from the little doggos that you just you just killed, and so he sprained his ankle doing that. And so while he saved himself, he was like, I can't go anywhere, and we'll probably like die because there's nothing in this shed. So can you help me out, basically?
Oh, so actually with this, we can do, if we get lucky and follow a certain pathing, we can do a thing called Ignis Skip. And this is basically that what Ignis Skip is after we walk a certain amount of certain point, Ignis will kind of pull us back and say like, hey, this is dangerous. We should probably try and rest up so we can take this fight on with all of our strength. But in this case, we're just going to try and ignore that. In which... Okay, we skipped Ignis. So Ignis, he can just he will pull you back. And he will do it with the force of 1,000 suns, just to tell you this.
Can you not do that?
Sometimes I
like,
wonder
just
if
don't.
ever sit
Yeah,
inside
no,
those
don't pull us back in.
Sitting most of the day
I thought the skip was
No,
impressive.
but you're Ignis.
That's it, right?
You do look a bit like Ignis.
You do look like Ignis.
I do not look like Ignis. Blonde
You
guy
got the glasses?
me.
Yeah. And you can cook.
I'm pulling up a photo.
You also frequently discover new recipes.
You do, yeah.
That's
I
it!
like
I have discovered a new recipe!
I've discovered a new recipe.
Oh, you guys actually played one.
Yeah, we do.
I played this once when it came out on PS4 at like 30 FPS.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so dual horn, hardest fight in the game. All we're doing is we're just point warping. So we can get more damage out of Ragnarok. Screw the techniques, don't need it. Go for a full combo, get him down, go for another point warp, come back, and then immediately push, warp strike again, and whoop, he's dead.
Yeah, that's how.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
That's how I would have done it.
Yeah.
Pretty stock standard.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Oh,
I wonder who it is.
banana phone.
Hello?
Hey, thanks for finding him. Nice work, y'all. By the way, the old girl's looking good as new. Oh, while I got ya, if y'all want to fix her up before you roll out, let me know.
Uh-oh. Banana phone.
That indeed.
Take my headphones off.
Oh, heavens.
Sounds good.
She'll be waiting
I'm
at
sorry,
the
you put me on this
Gotcha.
couch. I am going to just be a menace. I'm
While
so
we're having
sorry.
a chat on the phone, do we have time to read a few donations?
Yep, go ahead.
Outstanding. So we have $80 by Folkstorm, who did the previous Everhood run. $80 for the 8 deaths during my run. Have the
Nice.
couch decide
You're
on what
being helpful for a
incentive they want to
change.
put it towards. And we also have a $10 from Versatile Femboy, who says Final Fantasy 15 is such a strange run. Best of luck with it, Corpsey.
4 eyes on the dash.
So where are we putting this 80 burger?
Yeah, I'm just having a look.
Can't do any better.
Because that's quite a big Johnny 80 burger.
Yeah, that's for you guys to decide.
Hold on, I need to refresh the incentive page. Because I think some of the... Oh,
And that incentive page, by the way, is incentive.ausspeedruns.com.
yes.
Um,
Definitely, if you are wanting to donate, please do pop a comment in there and let us know where you want your money to go, because we do have a lot of bidding wars still up for debate. So if you have something that you really want to see, like for example, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess 100%, we are naming Epona. And currently Hans and Worcester, they're not close, but we could make it close.
We could make
it.
Hans and Worcester a real competitive race
Yeah.
here in one switch.
Shall we do that?
Ready for the road.
What do you reckon?
Would you care to take her for a little test drive?
Naming Worcester the horse would be really funny.
Sorry, I was zoned out looking at Ignis.
Just staring dreamily into his eyes. He does look like you.
I see. Then
So we
allow
get to
me
pick?
take
Yeah,
the
we
Yeah,
get to pick.
you guys get to pick. You're the couch.
Actually, we would put them neck and neck if we put the whole 80 burger in
Yeah,
there.
It's hard to not put it towards Worcester.
Let's put it towards Worcester.
let's do it to Worcester.
Yeah.
Everything in order.
An honest man.
Oh,
Hey, it's a regalia!
Not that joke.
Oh.
What page?
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in
Yeah, this is you guys weren't on stage. we drove to Adelaide together and we
Yeah.
heard that song on the way in.
And we screamed it in the car.
Yeah.
It was a great
It was
time.
outstanding.
Yeah.
Are we going to get copyrighted for that as well?
I
It was
feel
a
like
pitch perfect performance.
Yeah, the
I think the
rendition was
CA system
so
will
good.
actually detect that one.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to AusSpeedruns Twitch, because they're definitely going to get like a little notification being like, excuse me, why did you use copyrighted content in your stream?
The whole lot is now muted.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. You used 4 seconds of copyrighted audio.
We'll take that away from you. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to the next quest, but we're actually not going to do this quest. So when we got into the regalia, Ignis will always drive for us until a certain point where we can start manual driving, where Noctis can take control. But we do get some control with Ignis, but what we can do is if we go a little bit left of the road, we can just completely skip this parking, because it will automatically put us into that parking, and they want us to do this. So we've got a locked gate here,
My apologies.
but this is not locked at all. So instead we're going to take an alternate method, and this is where the camera kind of took into account later. So what we will do is we'll go into a first-person mode that was introduced with the Royal Edition, and what we will do is we'll warp strike into the wall, and then with a quick input, we'll now start seeing the ground.
Oh, beautiful.
So now what we'll do is we'll actually put this down to 60 FPS, just to kind of get it down, and we've got the disc speed going. So now what we'll do is we'll hold forward, so we're still moving when we get out of it, and we go, I will just kind of focus on this, just to get it. So here in the double rule input, we should be out of bounds now. There we go, we are now out of bounds.
Let's go. Very nice. That was some gorgeous ground right there. Some GG, if you will.
Yeah.
Take a photo.
This is like the first Final Fantasy game that speedrun that actually looks like what you'd expect a speedrun to look like, as far as like warps and out of bounds and glitches and things like that.
Even like the length of time, you know?
Yeah.
Or like how long it runs.
Yeah, what a hero.
So we should not be here by any means. There is no point we should be here at all. Because we are still technically in chapter 1, and you don't get here until chapter 3. So instead, what we're doing is we're going to get the bounty for Deadeye, who is a big behemoth, which is one of the boss fights. Well, one of the only boss fights we'll do in this game. Just because we do need access from him just to get access to the chocobos, because we will use these chocobos in replace of the regalia to start moving around, especially getting to the final area of the game. Because fortunately, the Chocobos are much better when it comes to traversing land than a convertible.
Yeah, it's not like GTA driving. You can't just like swerve through the streets and through the towns.
It's way too honest for me.
Run people over. You can't do any of that. So you'd be stuffed if you were in this one.
Yeah, I literally would be incapable of driving this car this clean, let alone being locked on rails like this. You can't move anywhere off the road, right? Like it's.
I think.
Yeah, we can.
You can,
can you
but
show me?
it's like a little bit.
It's a bit on rails, but you
Yeah.
can get upgrades for the Regalia, and in Royal Edition, one of them was off-road wheels, where you can actually go off-road with the Regalia. It is not great.
Nah.
Yeah, okay.
The best upgrade you can get is basically the post-game being the Regalia F, which allows it to fly, just to get into a secret area. I will just put one song on though in particular. It's definitely not One Winged Angel. Shoutouts to Glenn's Fun 57 run.
Yeah,
that
it was so good
we
yesterday.
caught like the back half of that, and that was I was really happy that I got to. Hey,
Instead, we can all jam out to the Gold Saucer.
we don't hear this song in FF7 80% anymore.
Yep, so we get to hear
It's
it
all
here.
skipped.
In the wrong game.
Yeah.
At least we had to hear it,
that
isn't
was one thing that I thought was an incredible touch, was to make the radio just various Final Fantasy
Yeah.
music.
I'm so sad because when I was doing practices, especially for the Out of Bounds, when I was starting this off, I would go on my 100% playthrough, and with the Regalia especially, I would actually play the Final Battle OST from FF10, actually.
Yeah.
That's an absolute banger.
Wait, why did that make you upset?
It didn't make me upset.
Didn't you say it made... Did I hear wrong?
No.
I thought, I don't know.
I think you're tripping, son.
I'm on one.
So we are going to park up at the Chocobo Ranch, but we're not actually going to properly park because we will be getting back in the Regalia.
Should be a nice change of pace.
They're like...
Get out of the car.
I thought someone like got hurt. Sorry about that.
Hey, Gladio, can you keep it down in the back?
Sorry.
Weapons? We got lots of them. Pleasure. Hey, come again.
Sorry about that.
So since we're not supposed to be here, funny things can happen since we're both loaded and deloaded the game at the same time. So like just basically floating like that. One of the best lines ever in this game, but we do skip it, is just Prompto going to the ranch owner and just going, "Excuse me."
Can you let that one play, actually?
excuse me.
No, because we've already skipped it. It's literally the first.
That's my shift over.
But you're Ignis.
You could bring the beast down.
Yeah, sure. I will not entertain this.
All right, Ignis, calm
I don't want this to
down.
be a permanent...
This bit, I'm not doing it.
This bit has to perish.
I'm really liking that word.
It's from that like meme of like a shrimp with the lasers coming out of the side.
Perish.
It's like Silence Human or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wanted for habitat destruction. Well, that's not meant to be funny. It's just reading the poster.
Quality. Habitat destruction is serious.
Guys, don't joke about habitat destruction.
So what we did there was we took up the Deadeye bounty, but we also took up another bounty, but we needed that just so we could spawn it into nighttime. Because with the bounties in this game, if there are certain mobs that spawn during the night, it will allow us to go straight to the nighttime instead of having to wait. But during the nighttime, demons come out to play, which makes driving the Regalia insanely dangerous. This makes it a bit of a problem, especially on a casual playthrough, because what will happen is either Ignis or Noctis will just swerve the Regalia just to avoid any of the demons. You can't run them over, otherwise this would be a GTA clone if you could.
So be it.
But in this case, we're just going to go up the road, and then we're going to perform another out of bounds. But I am going to make a safety save just in case when we do get there,
It's rather dark
just
out.
because we do need
You
it
sure
for
you
the
can
active
handle
menu
this?
glitch we
I can
will do
see
later.
fine. Take a load off for a while.
I wouldn't be surprised if you had a ticket, because I don't think you can park there.
You can't park there,
You
man.
can't park there.
Oi! Who put the ticket on the front of the car?
Can you mod kangaroos into this game for the night driving?
That would be crazy if you could just get like a whole bunch of like different Australian wildlife as the demons.
There's probably someone who could do it.
You look away from the game, you just hear a
And there's a huge
While you're
wombat
driving.
just like walking through.
It's very
Everybody out.
realistic.
That's grim.
Well, you said he keeps hitting monsters in the night.
Yeah, you can.
I'm like, this is rural Australian driving. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
No, you know, the mod scene for FF15 is very questionable. Like, I've done a full playthrough where Noctis was Shaggy.
That's wild.
So-
I do feel like the if you had the saying that the demons being like Australian animals is just like, I guess, strengthening the idea of like, all of Australia's wildlife is out to get you. For all the international watchers like watching right now, they're not actually new. It's alright.
So we're gonna lock in for an out of bounds here, I think.
Yeah. So the reason for that reload was because the enemies did spawn in the area that I did need to out of bounds of, which locks us into combat. But we need to be out of combat for this. So usually the way to circumvent that, it is completely random wherever they spawn. Usually where we park the regalia, that is a certain spot where we do want enemies to spawn, but unfortunately we don't want them to spawn near that out of bounds, because we do need to be out of combat for it, otherwise the out of bounds just does not work. So usually we take a set pathing. We should be okay for being out of combat. Yeah, we're fine. So this next out of bounds is going to look a bit strange because we're going to do the exact same thing, but it's a much tighter out of bounds. I will just do one quick menu just to get, because we will need these for Deadeye. So we'll do this again. Instead, I'll bring this down to 30 FPS to make it a little bit more stable doing it. So the top left with our FPS where it says the disk speed, we got to rely on that just to do part of what we need to do for the out of bounds, because we're deloading the area. And we're out of bounds.
Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
So this allows us to skip about 15 to 20 minutes of forced scripting, walking through, being stealth with Deadeye, making sure we don't get seen by him. Gladio has his whole speech of, don't get seen by him, he's big and scary. But in this case, it's whatever. Like, Deadeye can be down there all he likes. It's fine. But what we are going to do is we're going to trigger a little Gladio dialogue where he goes, it's all in a day's work. Just because we don't want to softlock the game, in which
day's work.
There we go.
It is.
Very nice.
So we will do another this will be the final out of bounds that we'll need to do. Go back into first person. We can just jump through the, we don't need the warp strike this time. We just wait for the disk speed to go to 0 to deload the area, which it can take a little bit of time depending on how it's very hardware dependent on how this works. So we're completely fine for this. So we go like that and then back like that. Get the double input. Sometimes it can be a bit finicky where now our menu will overlap like this for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Oh.
But this allows us to get into the Deadeye arena without actually having to do everything else behind. So now we want to get a certain amount of fire, and then we want to go into our ascension tree finally. So 38 MP, we're going to have to go with the alternate routing, which is we do only up to enhancement on Ignis. Because there's two strats. We can either do being Noctis and getting the enhancement off Ignis, which will give us more fire damage to go for Deadeye, or there is the Overwhelm and the change to Ignis tree, but we do not have enough AP to do it, so we just prefer not to do that whatsoever. So we will head into this fight, but we will do one minor adjustment, which will be giving Ignis the enhancement ability, as well as giving ourselves the... where is it? The Tech Turbocharger, which will allow us to get into enhancement quicker.
Turbocharger.
Turbo.
I was really
Turbo.
hoping.
I thought that was for cars.
Controversial topic.
Yeah, I was really hoping you were going to add the turbo to the front of that bit.
Alright, so we'll just focus up for a little bit on Deadeye, just because he can be a little bit weird. Want to team up? Okay, so Deadeye's deciding he wants to be a bit weird, he wants to move a lot more than normal, but you can see our damage is being a lot more than what should be normal. Unfortunately, the camera in this game is absolutely horrible. Please, Deadeye. I need another enhancement because Deadeye was being a bit weird. But should be enough to take Deadeye out. Alright, we're good.
Nice.
Very nice. So just to clarify as well, if it's not obvious, this game's not really in my like wheelhouse of Final Fantasy runs. When you said that the party was like invincible because of the kit that they're wearing, you mean fully 0 damage?
Yes, they are fully 0 damage because the Magitech exosuits, they come with a bar that basically says like, oh, it's battery powered and it will deplete the more damage you take. So if you say go up against a super boss, for example, and you're level 1 and you take 9,999 damage worth of damage, that will reflect in the battery and drain the battery a lot more. But usually how you can bypass that is you can just go forward with the days by just going into rest points and just progressing the days.
Gotcha. So basically where that went quote-unquote wrong was purely because it took longer, not because it was more risky.
Yeah. We'll focus up, get
gotcha.
this for a second. So now we just gotta wait for enemies to spawn in front of us and then we can actually activate a menu inside of a menu. Thing is, this can be a bit finicky because it completely relies on how if the enemies will spawn in the first place. In which, usually we use a sound cue. Yeah, this is what happens if you start going into menu on top of menus. It just gives you an absolute flashbang of a menu. There we go. So that's what we want.
Very nice.
So now what we want to do is we want to wait for the enemies to hit us to put something in what's called the danger zone. Not the song by Kenny Loggins, by the way.
Oh, that would have been a good one as well. That would have been a good one. Yeah. We can do that next time.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we actually want to get hit and we want to be put into dangerous territory because what will happen is we'll actually flick through the menus. But I can tell immediately just by how we have not gotten one shot yet that is not the Iron Giant and instead it is imps. So it takes a little bit longer and the party can kind of screw it up for us. So basically we're at the mercy of just sitting looking at this until we basically see the screen shake for a little bit. But even then, they shouldn't be this bad. If not, I can always just reload the save and go for an Iron Giant, which I'll give it about 10 seconds. If not, then I'll reload it. Alright, so we're reloading. Yeah, it was imps. And this is why we make the safety save there, especially looking at the regalia. I also did forget the exosuit wouldn't have helped either. we should have swapped to the Royal Raiment, but that's fine. Because this all of the start of this run is basically just setting everything up, setting your menus, your glitches, etc, etc. So we'll now put Noctis in probably one of the most dapper outfits known to man, the Royal Raiment. We will just kind of move over just a little bit, just to kind of fix it, just in case. Now, hopefully it's a much quicker spawn. We'll know if it's an Iron Giant spawn, especially because we're using the front window of the regalia, because they will always spawn in front of the regalia due to where we parked. And that's why I moved up and back just a little bit, just to make sure that they do spawn. Even then, I'll just reset it up. Because I did hear something spawn.
Yeah.
So. And I'm pretty sure it's an Iron Giant spawn as well. Yeah, so that completely screwed up as to where. Yeah, so the Iron Giant spawn behind us, it's fine.
No way we're taking that thing on. Nope.
Usually if you don't get AMG within the first try, it's usually a dead run.
Enough talk. Time.
If you got any donations or messages, now's the time.
Nothing to read, but yeah, just reminding the incentives for when there are donations. Just make sure to pop in a comment if you want your donation to go towards something, such as naming Link or his horse Epona, or picking Homer's drip for the hit and run speedrun later. Currently, Moomoo's got a big lead, but Chosen One or Casual could take over at any moment.
Hopefully it decides it wants to play nice this time. There it is. There's the Iron Giant spawn.
Good, yes.
So now we just want to sit in the elements menu for God knows as to why. This is what starts overlapping menus one by one. So Iron Giant spawn is definitely the best case scenario because that will allow us to get one shot. So it's done that. So what we do is we close the menu once and now we get this really jank thing where all the menus start overlapping over one another. And we still got control of the game at this state.
It's wild.
The hell you doing?
Yeah, Gladio, the hell are you doing?
The hell are you doing?
So we will walk up to this lamppost until we get stopped by the game, in which that's done it there. So having this extra input as well means that we've now done the active menu glitch. So now we can play the game basically like this. We've got full control of the character, but now we're stuck with our main menu just over everything. So what we will do is we will complete the quest for the Chocobos, but we will have to return the title and use one of the DLCs, in particular Episode Arden, just to remove this, because if we try progressing the game in this state, it will soft lock and crash the game.
Oh, wow.
Because the engine at this point, it's just given up. It's known we've been playing naughty, and it's just, no. It doesn't want anything to do with us anymore.
Yeah. I give you my.
So that
Our birds are.
Yeah, I mean, that whole section just before seemed pretty intense with a lot of execution.
Yeah.
Looks like there was a lot of cues there, so good job with that.
Well done.
Definitely.
See now, in the words of Anakin Skywalker, this is where the fun begins.
Or in the version where they translated to Chinese and back to English, game time started.
Alright, so we do want that autosave, just of the quest completion. It will say Friends of a Feather in our quests, saying that we haven't completed it, even though we have. This is still just a case of the engine just not liking us whatsoever, and it's just completely given up. It doesn't know what quest we're on. We have Chapter 1 skipped, we're in Chapter 3, we're on a quest that we shouldn't even be on, and it'll freak out even further once we've wrong warped, because then it'll actually finally get some sense on where we're at. But it'll even still say in the side quest, oh hey, you still haven't done this.
Yeah, hasn't this been one, like, consistent sequence break since the very first chapter? Like,
Pretty
we
much.
never even really left. Like,
Yeah, we have not left Chapter 1. The
No.
game thinks we're in Chapter 1.
well, you better hurry up.
Yeah.
Eventually, we gotta get to the.
Yeah, dude, like...
Are we LTFTCI right now, or is there time for some like donations?
Oh, there is plenty of time for donations.
Excellent. So there was a couple in-person donations. We had $5 from JT Magic Man to put towards his own run for Brazil for the FIFA World Cup. They're coming to Brazil. We also had a $40 from Aggie to put towards Hose for the Twilight Princess.
Pardon your French.
Name of the horse. We had. Oh, sorry, it was just those two. Yeah, the Hose and Brazil.
Sorry, manners.
Chakotay has put her mic up. She lost all control.
So, yeah, again, just I guess a reminder, plenty of incentives. If you want a bit more bang for your buck, definitely include in the little donation message if you would like that to go towards anything. So I'll get those fixed up now. And Hose is now back, making a comeback.
Hey, Hose.
Oh my.
Alright, so how can we tell active menu glitch is now enabled? Is because we can now use this whole section, which would usually make the whole game stop, but now we can go through all these menus while we're still actively playing the game. So now what we want to do is, this is the last time we've actually used the regalia. So we're going to say goodbye to our convertible, everyone. Wave goodbye.
The boys of
07.
town.
Highway to the danger zone. Now that we don't have the regalia anymore. Had to do it.
Yeah, but now it gets replaced by the best thing in the entire franchise, being the chocobos.
Oh.
It's a breaking
Well, that would
The caravan's kind of
Yeah, sorry, we're going to take the
caravan.
So now we're going to drive this RV into the desert and...
Well, call me Albuquerque, this is a great RV.
Too bad you can't go off-roading in the RV, though. Just got crazy.
Mobile XP point, that's great. Alright, so now that we've got the chocobos, what we're going to do is we're actually going to rent the chocobos for about 2 days, even though we won't need it for 2 days. But now we will be able to actually do some funny menu business while on these chocobos as well, which we will be using outside of them. Where is our chocobo? There he is. Say hello to our feathery friend.
I love the noises they make.
But now we'll do something a bit more funky. We'll go into the menu and we'll actually go into first person mode.
Oh.
Now that we've got more menus.
It's like you're really riding the chocobo.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'm watching the onboard cam for an F1 race.
We are checking.
DRS?
We are checking.
We are checking.
I have a seat full of water.
Must be the water. Why's the ground all...
Yeah, it's all deloaded.
Yeah, what's
so,
going on?
So this is where the FPS in the top left comes into its play. So you saw for quite a bit, and right now the disk speed is at 0.0 megabytes. So with the PC version of this game, the disk speed tells us whether we've loaded a zone or we haven't loaded a zone. In this case, we have simultaneously both loaded the zone preemptively, but now we're also deloading it at the same time. This is not because I've got the graphics set to low. This is just because the engine hates us.
Wow.
Which turned our very pretty ground from before that we took a photo of to now this abhorrent mess.
Yeah, I don't think we'd want to be taking photos of the ground anymore. It looks kind of... Ugh.
So I actually don't know what's going on with this input. It's a completely skill issue at this point. But what you can actually do is you can sprint with the chocobos while you're in this menu. But instead of pressing square, and you can see Gladio absolutely freaking the hell out.
It.
Yeah, let's go.
That's me.
We also do not want to get hit in this state though, because if we do get hit, it will disable this menu, and we will have to go all the way back to Hammerhead just to basically go back to where we need to. So we are actually getting to the point where we can get out of bounds again. We'll see that tree just over in the north of us where there is incline up to the cliff. We've deloaded the zone, so we can just kind of walk through it, and we are just gonna go completely out of bounds for a good like 5 to 6 minutes.
Oh. He's swimming.
Not even swimming. So there we go. For some reason, we can now sprint. But now what we can do, since we're out of bounds, is we can get back out the menu, and now everything's loaded again.
Always lend you the regalia.
Whoa! Thanks for the offer, but
Shades of
once
Todd
we're
Howard's
back in the
games.
Crown City,
Right here with the
I think I better scroll
Skyrim
my
horse
own
mechanics.
Skyrim hose mechanics.
She just settled down.
Don't start me up again. I'll start screaming. What do I do?
So there actually is a little bit of tech for the Chocobo in terms of optimizing the movement. We do have a stamina bar at the bottom left, so basically what we want to do is we want to hit sprint and get a little burst, and then we want to do the halt, which makes him slide, just because it does get a little bit of our stamina back every time we do it. So it's not infinite stamina, but it's a very managed version of stamina. But in this case, we are so far out of bounds, even the party just doesn't want to be here.
Alright, time to go.
Yeah, now we're out.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, it's time to...
Come back in like 5 to 6 minutes, I swear.
I feel like the bit didn't work the first time either. I shouldn't have tried it a second time.
Don't worry,
I'm
I
so sorry.
tried to.
Look,
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, maybe it's just the timing.
Technically, he's working, so he can't commit to the bit as much as we can.
Oh, yeah, true. You have to be here.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
Dude, even Noctis is not supposed to be here at this point. Like, we are so far out of bounds, even if you went into postgame and got the Regalia F, you would not be allowed here at all. We are in a spot where it's just completely impossible to get to by any means. And where we were at the start of the game, being Insomnia, the capital city, and also our home, we can kind of see over the cliffside right over there.
Yeah.
And all we're going to do is, our Chocobo is so insanely good. Props to the Chocobo Rancher. He bred the best Chocobo for Noctis that he will be able to swim all the way to Insomnia.
Let's go.
Insomnia. Have you met her?
It's so stupid.
The weirder it gets, though, funnily enough, the better it gets.
Sorry.
Is this ever meant to be accessible normally? Because it's interesting that it's
No.
all of this.
No, I
The
don't
fact
think
that
so.
you're not just falling
That's-
through the earth, like,
I don't know, Ignis. Does this look accessible to
Maybe
you
that's
by any
easy.
chance?
Pretty
It's like
sure
the like bell curve of good programming and bad
Yeah.
programming. It like where it, or like Venn diagram maybe. I don't know. Like there shouldn't be collision here,
no.
but
Oh.
there is.
Maybe that's why this game runs
'Cause I think-
terribly.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, oh, we forgot to deload all those mountains.
The mountains like way off that are like faded out.
Yeah, like even out there, that is solid. Like all that out
That's
there, that
wild.
shipwreck, all
that
it-
can't be right.
Yeah, like that's all rendered all the way out there for some reason. It's like, no wonder this game has performance issues.
All right, team, we need to find out how to reduce the FPS of our game.
Let's add more mountains.
Billy the intern worked really hard on those mountains.
I'm
Can't
sure he
get rid of
did,
them.
but like,
Part of his
It's a
IBL
Japanese game with
learning.
one guy called Billy on the
it might be Biddy-kun.
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 Shout outs to Billy Chan.
Biddy-chan.
Biddy-chan. Thank you, Billy,
Oh.
for the mountains.
Thank you, Billy, for the impossible rendering.
My
See-
brain rot activated there. Biddy-chan.
See, even the rendering is that bad. Even the ocean's not rendering properly into the sand.
Oh, wow.
When you go
because-
into the water, do you fall? Or drown?
No, we swim.
Oh, well.
Well, in this case, our Chocobo swims.
Got a chocobo going across the entire ocean. It's just like Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yep, just ignore. Yeah, just ignore that.
This is still the only Final Fantasy game I played. Didn't touch 7.
It's a crying
Didn't
shame.
touch any of the good ones at all.
It's a cry.
8,
We've
9.
been trying to blue pill you into Final Fantasy for ages, and you still won't abide by it.
There's like 400 of them.
There is too
there
many
is,
of them.
There's 1,000.
They need to stop.
Where do I
making them.
start?
So what you're saying, Damo, is that I need to teach you Dirge of Cerberus, yeah?
Oh my god.
Dirge is actually a 6 speedrun.
Yeah, it's it's great, both categories.
You can. It's a PS2 game, like a spin-off of the 7 series. You play as the guy with like the gun. It plays like a third-person shooter though. You can actually plug a mouse and keyboard into your PS2.
Oh,
It's
tight.
really cool.
It's absolutely wild of a game. Most people don't enjoy it because they're like, oh, it's a shooter for a Final Fantasy game. Don't feel like playing Call of Duty with a Vincent Valentine, but
I would.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a great game, honestly.
Talking about. Grow up.
How old are you?
Grow up.
Alright, so what we're gonna do quickly is we are gonna dismount the Chocobo, and we're gonna make a little bit of a save, but in this case, no, we're just gonna double input, and we can somehow mount the Chocobo while we're wanting to save. This case, it is completely fine. You can see now our Chocobo is starting to swim.
So
Oh.
if the game crashes here at any point, we lose like 35 minutes real life time.
No, we are perfectly fine. So
There's autosave.
It's auto-saving
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
there is
Even out of bounds.
yeah.
no. So what we do have,
Oh.
what we do have to do. I said do. We do have to make a save as soon as we see a proper point. I just need to make sure the lining is correct, just because if we do go a little bit further than intended, we will miss the trigger for the wrong warp. Because what happens is we do make a save and then we reload that same save, and what happens is the Chocobo just drops straight into the earth. And for some reason, especially in terms of game development, there is a underground trigger to save, especially for the Royal Edition, of saying, oh hey, you've now gone into Insomnia. Oh, here's the Royal Edition of Insomnia, so you got access to the Super Boss Omega and all extra content that it didn't have in the original game. But for some reason, it is so far underground that if we hit this certain spot, we activate that trigger just God knows out of nowhere. It is absolutely crazy as to how this was even found, and I give props to whoever spent the ungodly amount of hours trying to find this.
Yeah, props to that guy.
It definitely wasn't Billy Chan, the intern.
Wherever
Not
they
Billy
are.
Chan.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got any more donations or messages, now's the best time because there'll be a lot more action after this.
Let's have a lookaroo.
A lookaroo.
A lookaroo. But do enjoy the subtle chocobo music as well.
Yeah,
It's
shout
chill.
outs.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the Final Fantasy 13-2 music. That's like the rock one.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
This
chocobo.
Nothing in the ways of donations at the moment, but yeah, just a reminder on the topic of sort of donations and supporting the event. Twitch revenue, so things like bits, subs, donos, etc., are all contributing towards the event as well. So if you've got like a Prime or something, or bits somehow, some way, all of that does still go towards the cause as well. Which yeah, I've seen a bunch of people like dropping primes on the event as well as I like monitor the Twitch chat. It's awesome. So yeah, just as viable of a way to contribute to the event. What are you giggling at?
So, this looks really relaxing, right? But when you're on world record pace and you know that you have to just sit here for 10 minutes in the ocean while this tune plays.
World record ended 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so speaking of the
they don't
world
even do this.
No, that's the thing. So speaking of world records, when I was learning this run, there was already new strats developed, but it was never consistent. It was only until recently they decided that they actually made it consistent and put an obscene amount of time. So this is actually where we need to be. I will get into this a little bit. We'll do this very quickly. So we'll go back into the load and we'll reload the save. And we'll see it just drops down into the water.
Nice.
We'll just wait for it, wait for the loading. If we get the dialogue box saying, hey, Royal Edition Insomnia, it means we've correctly done the wrong warp. There we go. So we've wrong warped all the way to the final area of the game. So we are now 10 years into the future without doing any of the story. Imagine that.
Unclench, folks.
But now it gets a little bit weird because since we're supposed to be 10 years into the future at this point, we are still playing as young Noctis. So we are back home 10 years into the future, but we are still young. We are not looking as how we did at the start of the game.
I don't know what hit them. Should be good practice.
He's smarter, he's fitter, he's younger.
Yep.
He's the deep MMA cut. I don't know.
Why wouldn't
I'm disappointed actually that I didn't pick up the
No, I didn't.
Peter Ortiz like rematch from like 6 years later. Did a press conference talking about the rematch. And he's like, I'm not the same fighter I was. I'm fitter, I'm stronger, I'm younger.
Yeah, that sounds like Ortiz. Nice slippers, by the way. Give the camera a look.
Shout out to Sire's slippers.
They're my bear slippers. Shout out to Mrs. Sire for getting me the bear slippers. That's the only time I'm going to show off my feet and let JT take photos of them.
Alright, so we will do so now our menu's completely done as we've seen it before. So we are, and funny enough, while we're in this state of menu, we can actually still activate this and we are still moving around and everything else. So what we are going to do is we are going to swap back to the Magitech Exosuit because we will need it for an incoming fight. And then we will... We won't do it right now. Actually, we will have to do it right now, actually. So we'll keep moving while we're doing Ascension. But now we... even this looks whack. So now we'll start working on Noctis's abilities. So we need to boost his warp factor damage. So we are doing this completely blind, by the way, because I am not. I wear glasses just to correct my sight. This doesn't correct my sight whatsoever. Makes it so far worse.
It looks like when you open up like a paint program and then you just like fill it with the aqua color and it's just like that. It's so bright and like
triangle that fill it blue, but you left a tiny pixel gap.
and it all just
messed up. Now you, I don't know.
Not to like age us, but like, do you think that like someone born in like 2005 will understand that? Like,
no.
I think that's a dark
They all
memory.
use AI now.
Yeah, true.
Bloody AI. Apologies. They'll never know what it feels like to miss one pixel with a triangle.
Back in my day.
Exactly what caused it. Pathetic.
Corpse is younger than all of us. He probably has no idea what
Don't
we're
do that to
talking
me.
Yeah, I do.
Don't do that to
We're
me.
the same age.
What, me and you?
No, Damon and Shikoshi.
Right.
47 years young.
Yeah, we're like
I remember
500.
the first ASM.
Back in my day.
1989?
The year was 82. I was running Final Fantasy 1.
No, so
Came out.
The estimate was 14 hours.
no, this is definitely a shout out to Liquid and his chat, but in this case of showing Deimos' age, you'd be back in my day at the Billabong.
That's nothing is great. My word.
I'm mid-20s.
Yeah, we're so young. Damon and I, yeah.
Sure.
Maybe we're not fooling anyone though.
Keep telling yourself that. Yeah, so fortunately there's not too much to this fight. We did the Ascensions earlier just purely for this fight. We're still level 9, mind you, and we're taking on things that are level 34 and we're still doing thousands and thousands of damage. Because level
There's
doesn't...
DLC weapons, yeah, as well.
That and just level doesn't mean anything in this game. It was... Sayo can vouch for this. It was the exact same when I did my Crisis Core reunion run, where we just make something so obscenely overpowered and just run through the game with it.
Highness, glad to be back.
Yeah, so this is Core the Immortal, by the way. He does live up to his name. He just cannot be killed.
We wanted to do what we could to make
You know
sure
what they say
everything
about
was
Core?
in order.
Call blimey.
The day the king returned to reclaim
Core's
his
very
rightful
cool.
seat on the
He
throne.
is awesome.
Is he?
He is kind of cool.
Why?
In about 10 to 15 minutes, he'll show why.
I thought you didn't care about the story, Damon.
I've been trying to keep track, but then I'm keep getting flashbang like I'm pushing on the dust 2A. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like every time we get flashbanged, it's like the brightest that the stream room has ever been. I see everyone in the crowd's faces just light up.
Yeah.
Someone, I can't remember who, I think it was Vachisuki talking about how, like, she's setting up some glitch or something and kept getting distracted by... She'd open the menu and, like, the flashbang of the room would, like, she'd think that something was going wrong, but then, like, had to remember that there's two big projectors behind us, also, like, just filling the room, just flooding it with light.
No, every time I think of the menu where it just gets flashbanged, I think of that meme where it's just the dude sitting in front of the computer playing Counter-Strike in the dark and he just gets completely... and someone throws the flashbang. That's immediately what I think of it. Or it's the TF2 Scout. Think fast, juggernauts.
TF2, huh? Showing your age there.
Yeah, old man.
Alright, 47 years young Billabong. Calm down. Hey, I've heard they've dealt with the bot problem.
What's next?
So you can still play it and people are keeping the servers up.
Lots of imperial strength.
Yeah, so we have to activate this side quest by Core, which is something of the New Empire. The name's completely irrelevant. There you go, Relics of the Empire. But what we're going to do is the most important buying of the game. So we're going to sell quite a few things just to make up for money that we do need. So the camera strap is one of them. We picked up bronze bangles, another. We do want to sell these behemoth tenderloins, and we also want to sell whatever treasures we got from before doing the fight. There was a little bit less than normal, but it's fine because we're getting the Hyperion, which we will need for later. But with the remainder of our money, we will be buying more Phoenix Downs for later, just for safety measures, which we'll buy about 2, and then the rest is just ethers, because we will use that to get around for our warp strike, make it a bit more faster to move around, because we do have a little bit of a track, but it's not too bad when you're moving around with warp strike. So this is Joseph.
I do love that you were like, oh yeah, we'll just buy like some Phoenix Downs just for safety. And you're like, yeah, we'll buy 2. And I'm like, man, I'd be in 10-2, I'd be buying like 20.
I've got 4 in total.
As many. Yeah, no, but that, even then, that's not that many. I'm like, damn, I need so many.
Scary part of the game coming up. Better get 1.
No, so so shout out to Kios Little Monster when he did this at GDQ. He's been an absolute big help when it came to learning this run, especially. But even then, like, he did the same thing. Instead of 4 Phoenix Downs, he was so confident with it, he only used about 2, and he got it on the first try. Whether I will dive into it a little bit later, because it is post-Ifrit when I do need to sort it out.
Yeah, the world record that we're alluding to, it's like a 29:40 something or other by Kios that happened like the other day.
No, so Kios got second place. It is Rial who holds first place at the moment.
Oh.
He was... So the world record for any percent Final Fantasy 15 now with new strats is actually sub 30 minutes. They do not do this strat whatsoever anymore. What they end up doing is this thing, a new strat they call Smoctus. So what Smoctus is a combination of him getting toaded while being in an active menu glitch to the point where it makes him about 200 times bigger, which the engine cannot handle, to the point where you're, instead of using a chocobo to do the wrong warp, instead you're just warp striking all the way over to that wrong warp yourself because you are 200 times your mass. As to how it works, absolutely no idea. I tried for the longest time trying to learn it. It is insane. So we're actually coming out to our next fight being Cerberus. We will do one more Ascension, so prepare to get flashbanged again.
Whoa.
Ah, daylight. Oh, scary. Yeah, sorry, have another flashbang while you're at it. Scary. Don't do it. Sunlight. That was me for the past month trying to learn this run. It's all fine. Alright, so we're going to come up to the third last boss fight in the game, being Cerberus. This was introduced, I actually believe this was introduced in the Royal Edition. So we'll get into it very quickly. So we're going to quickly dodge him, then go straight into a Blizzaga, just so he is frozen. And we will have to wait a little bit just for enhancement off Ignis, just so we can get an ice buff off of him. But we also don't want Cerberus to be jumping up too much. So we are in stasis, but this is why we kept the ethers for. We do have time to use some of the ethers. We want to keep most of them for Ifrit though. But you'll start seeing we're now doing 9,999 damage on average with Ragnarok, because part of Ragnarok's quirk is that the further you are with your Warp Strike, Ragnarok will boost the damage. So what we'll do, and this is where the warp striking is a bit iffy in this game because verticality just sucks. Okay, did not want to do that. Wanted to use Blizzaga, but it's completely fine. You can see the one fight.
That's like my gameplay.
So a wing and a whiff. But it's fine.
It's like totally not close to Cerberus at all. Swings anyway.
So getting Cerberus down into this vulnerability state is insanely good, just because it stops him from moving. But he is down to 0 HP, but since he is in the vulnerability state, we are waiting for him to kind of get up so we can go in phase 2 of the fight. He will jump up, we won't follow him because that's just silly. We don't want him to be... Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
Cerberus, I'm the one that uses magic here, not you.
You tell him.
We'll have to tell him.
Okay, that needs another enhancement because the buff has actually dropped off.
It's going to be a really long fight if you're doing this like casually.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's quite tough as well because a lot of these attacks are like, especially if you're not using the exosuit, the attacks are really devastating. Like I remember like KOing a whole bunch of times to this fight. Like I'm also not particularly good at it casually even, but like yeah, it was really tough.
It is so unlucky that Cerberus is wanting to jump so much.
Corpsey, is there a range on Warp Strike? Did you look up there is or not?
Basically the range on Warp Strike is as long as you can target them, basically. Your Warp Strike can go on.
Some really long ones there that I haven't seen.
So if you can lock onto them, I think most of the time you can reach them. But if you Warp Strike just like as movement, like when you're moving around, you can only go like it will jump a certain distance. Like it's like a set distance, but if they're targetable, I think you go straight to them most of the time.
Yeah, but that's Cerberus, by the way.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, so to answer your Warp Strike question, so as long as you can target them, you can Warp Strike them, but Warp Strikes do have a damage modifier, being only up to a limit of 2 times. Thing is, with Ragnarok, it does multiply that a fair bit more, so you're probably looking at about maybe 4 times of damage, just if you've got Ragnarok in your hands and you decide to Warp Strike. So unfortunately, we've only got one Blizzaga left for Ifrit. Usually we keep about 3, just because he does get involved. That's the main antagonist, by the way, Arden. We'll see him in a bit. Yeah, so we're back here, so we're where we're supposed to be 10 years before when we saw the flash forward. We're now back here again, but we're looking a bit different.
Back on Homer Street.
Yeah. This was me at 4 in the morning.
Blizzaga.
Ah, Lenore.
Yeah. Oh. I think this bit's outstated.
Yeah. There was one before, and Corpsey was like right about to go into like a whole bunch of exposition on like the strats that he was gonna do, and I was just like, hold, am I down? It was like oh god.
Underground trigger.
Yeah.
That's not the last. Anyway.
Moving on. Back to the game.
I'm getting incredible DMC5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, FF16 combat was done by the DMC combat director as well.
Yeah.
Except they made it for babies.
Oh, you like baby mode? Google gaga.
But I did enjoy it. Like, it was actually really good.
I love 16. I just wish the game was harder.
Yeah. Because even when you turn the difficulty up to the harder difficulty, it's not that difficult, right? I haven't tried it yet. That was a question. I can just see myself out.
What?
Has anyone played the harder difficulty one?
Oh, the Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't think
not
anyone's
harder, right?
ever
Even that wasn't enough.
Oh, it's time for the work. Out of the frying
So I
pan.
just asked it completely moot question.
Yeah.
Put this thing out.
Maybe I'll just run through it up.
Give it a go. Yeah, alright.
Just boot it up, play the game, do the strat.
And then next year we can revisit this bit.
Alright, we'll come back around.
Yeah.
Circle back.
And it's over.
Who is this one? So this is Ifrit. Ifrit.
Oh, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Ifrit. People say it's Ifrit, people say it is
Yeah,
Ifrit.
in Japanese it's usually Ifrit.
No, I like
Sorry, the weep activated. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
No, I like the whole discussion of the name for Ramu or Rama.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to go with Gladio's interpretation of the name being Rama,
Oh, yeah.
just because it makes sense, honestly. See, this is why Blizzaga is important, because Ifrit has a immunity whenever he's fire activated. So you'll see he gets like a green buff of fire, that's basically his fire shield. You can only hit him after certain attacks, makes him very annoying to fight. If you don't have Blizzagas, usually you'd have a lot of more stuff to deal with when it comes to this fight. This is just terrible.
What is a Blizzaga?
It's
So
like,
it's like a power, like your Blizzard spell, like the level 3 iteration of your Blizzard spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, hang on. You were doing GTA Vice City. We've got to convert it to GTA Speak. So that's when you get the Micro Uzi and you start.
I don't get that gun. Oh, yes, wait, yes, I do.
Please, Ifrit, just...
Yeah, this week I'm really sure I did not know anything. Or in my run and on the couch now. So.
Just wanted to play the game, do the strats,
Yeah.
go to bed.
Got ASM, another beer, and hang out with my friends. You do what you want.
He's always here.
Yeah.
Always here with us.
Shout out to Tom Scott, not the British YouTuber, the Australian fighting game commentator.
All the other 19,000 famous Tom Scotts. You know, the other day, during a run, where it said, like, Tom donated, and said, like, wish I could be there with you guys, and all this, and I thought it was Tom. And then I get onto the lobby, and it was Tom. And I was about to say, like,
What a kind thing to do.
yeah. Save face.
Shout out to Tom as well.
yeah, you know what Tom's doing right now? Tom is currently climbing at one of our other sponsors, Urban Climb.
We're generously giving 7 gift vouchers to use at any Urban Climb across Australia, which includes the rental gear. You go and climb your way to the top.
That's not even a lie.
Venue in Australia. No, this is serious.
Tom is actually climbing right now.
But yeah, thank you very much to Urban Climb. A bunch of like rock climbing enthusiasts within speedrunning as well.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Currently climbing with Brian Bruce.
I couldn't partake, unfortunately, so I got an injured hand. But
Mad cop out fire.
unless I climbed one-handed.
It would be hard with bouldering, especially because you're like, it's just like you're only got your hand.
Genuinely was like devastated when I realised I couldn't join in the fun there. But everyone else here can and should.
Absolutely.
Man, this Ifrit's been like one of the worst difference. I've got no ethers, no elixirs, and Ifrit's still beating me raw.
Yeah, this fight is quite hard casually as well.
Yeah, and it's even harder trying to get it fast strat because you're completely at the mercy of Ifrit's moveset as well.
So you'll notice Corpsey 2 is, whenever he runs out of MP, is climbing up to one of those posts, because when you get into stasis or close to stasis, you can actually replenish your MP by just climbing up and sitting there for just a second or two, and it will just like kind of instantly, I guess, refill that gauge so that then you can start doing your attacks again at a stronger level and do more of your warps and stuff, because without MP you can't do a lot of your moveset like Corpsey explained earlier.
Yeah, and unfortunately I don't think I've actually got a particular item equipped which makes a lot more of our damage being the Amethyst Bracelet. I'm sure I did put it on, but our damage is just not being the greatest at this point. And I don't want Ifrit to be all the way over there. So I need him to kind of just teleport back.
Hey, come here! Hey, that's a place.
If you got any more donations or messages, go.
So we've got a $10 from Arleed. I really hope I pronounced that right. A runner from Brazil just passing by to check this amazing event. Big shout out to my speedrun community in Brazil. Thank you, Arleed. And also a $3.88 from Falco that says Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess 100%. Name of Legend. Abatucam.
So maybe we need to add that one.
Yeah,
that new one?
That's
a new
I believe that's a new challenger as a front.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you very much, people there.
Yeah, do keep those donations coming. It is all going to a good cause. We are supporting early career cancer researchers, trying to hope to make this the last generation of people to endure cancer. We're hoping to fund any research that we can and just make the world a better place, little bit by little bit, speedrun by speedrun.
Alright, thankfully we got to the HP threshold on this Ifrit fight to finish him.
Beautiful.
I promise the end of the game will be worth it for this absolutely horrid Ifrit, and I'll say that with absolute confidence. Yeah, just ignore Shiva in the background speaking backwards. Yeah, apparently Shiva and Ifrit have a love relationship in this game. Don't question as to why.
The that equipment can be fixed before Arden though as well, yeah? Yeah, sweet. Sorry, I spoiled the last boss.
Yeah, sorry, spoilers on this. How old game is it?
I'll take my headphones off.
Again?
Just get up and leave.
Alright, so we're actually going.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
So I will just make a safety save here, just in case.
I was hoping JJ.
So there is a 3 boss fight that's about to happen here as soon as we cross this door, being the Kings of Yore, which is basically Noctis' ancestors. But what we're going to do as soon as we open the door, we are going to skip this because we don't need to do this whatsoever. What we're going to do is we're going to hover over the tutorial button, and what we're going to do is we're going to wait until combat just to kind of go in, and I have completely butchered it. It's fine. This is why we kept the safety save, just in case, because Kings of Yore is 3 boss fights back to back. You don't have the equipment, you don't have the health, you don't have the MP to pull this off. It is absolutely, you do not want to do it whatsoever. It is completely fine though. This is why we create the save.
Yeah.
And just to make it even safer, I'll just drop it down to 30. because we part of the problem with us being in Insomnia at this point now, if we don't stay in 30 when we load up these saves, we will fall through the ground endlessly because the game just does not recognize where we are at this point for some reason if we're beyond 30 FPS, because the game doesn't want to render anything, so it will just drop us into the core of the earth. But 30 FPS makes all these skips a lot safer, especially the camera out of bounds. You can do that at 60 FPS, but it's a much tighter window to do it. But 30 FPS makes it so much safer because you get a lot more time in frames to pull it off.
You get literally twice as much time.
Yep. Okay, let's try this again. So everybody hold. Ah. Kings are yours trumping me every time.
Sorry, you got this. You got this.
Do it in practice. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Do it at home.
Speedrunning.
Perfectly fine.
Yep.
Change the name from Kings of Yore to the Kings of No. It's fine. We got this.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, good, mate.
You lock in.
Got to lock in.
You lock in. You got your party here. We're supporting you.
Don't worry, there's about to be 2 sets of you later.
Oh no.
So there's going to be 3 of you guys. Got the party here, the party in the game.
I can't even deal with one of me.
I can't either.
That's my brother. Dealt with one of me all his life.
I'm not saying anything further.
Okay. That's a core important bit that I forgot was this. Yeah, we skipped
Right.
Kings of Yore.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
So that looked much easier when you did the extra menu part. Is that
Yeah.
what was missing before?
Yeah, that was...
Very nice. Oh,
Yeah, say hello to Noctis's companion, the Carbuncle. As the
boy.
For some reason, this Carbuncle knows how to use the throne telepathically. Don't question it. Somehow... Yeah, somehow a Carbuncle with no opposable thumbs can somehow text a Cactuar to Noctis. Just let that kind of sink in.
I feel like he just headbutts the phone. It's like, do the inputs.
No,
I
I like to imagine an image now just of a Carbuncle just sitting on a phone. Just in the tutorial room, literally Carbuncle like that. Just... Yeah, everyone wave goodbye to Carbuncle.
Bye,
Last time we'll see it.
Carbuncle. Bye. Hey, see you.
See you later, mate.
See you later.
Yep.
Yep.
The only thing that's not broken in this game is the Carbuncle.
See you later, mate. Alright.
Yep. No, yep.
Yeah, so fortunately with the skip of Kings of Yore, this allows us just to go straight through a whole... I've even timed this, it's at least 15 minutes of just constantly boss fighting and ascending up the tower of the main tower of Insomnia to get to the throne room. Because every time you'll take on, and this was introduced in the Royal Edition of the game, so the Kings of Yore represents basically each one of your party. So you'll get, when you take them on, you'll end up doing a finishing move on each one, and it will be specific to a certain character in your party. So I'm pretty sure it's like the first one you take on, Gladio will get the finishing move, then Ignis, then Prompto, etc, etc. It's supposed to be whole story shenanigans as to what they go through, but we don't care about story. And neither does Square Enix apparently for this game, which is a shame. But we will do last minute fixes while we're in this. Yeah, so I still had the Amethyst bracelet, it was completely fine. That was just me.
Most of the damage was just like randomly lower.
It was just me having skill issue, to be honest.
So that's good.
Sword But it's alright.
Sleep rage activated.
Just so desk of me.
Like,
It's like, oh, is that so? Like, really?
Oh, okay.
So we actually can't make a safety here because we're supposed to be in combat at this point, but it is completely fine. Why did we spawn that way? Please, game run. Bear with me. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this menu open, but also interact with the door.
Well,
So now we can
we?
actually...
Locked.
What have I done with this menu?
yeah, but, hold on a sec. Prompto.
So this menu is actually
Can I see your
screwed.
photos? Yeah. I just need one.
So how is it different from
Take
usual?
with me.
So I'm supposed to be in the Elemency menu where I get access to my whole entire inventory. So I can actually swap costumes while I'm in combat and basically force the game to overflow two outfits at once. But problem is, I'm not sure how this is going to work,
I can't beat that.
considering...
A shot of all 4 of us.
Then it's settled. That's one. No backsies?
I have actually lost access to everything outside. I should be able to skip a cutscene anyways. Yeah, so this is what happens if you not do the correct things. You'll get soft locked into this random rest point. But it is completely fine. We do have that autosave at Cure for Insomnia, so we don't lose time. It just puts us basically where we were with the Kings of Yore. It is completely fine. Considering we're at 120 FPS as well, we could actually see what happens if you do it at the wrong frame rate and you just drop through the ground, which is an easy fix. You just go into the menu, switch to 30 FPS and go for it. But it's fine, we don't need it. But now this menu is actually a problem, because I can't even explain how I did this. But this is easily fixable. It's just go back into the DLC, come back out, reset it, it's fine. If you got any donations, messages, do it.
I have. Let me have a little gander.
Little geese and a gander.
Have a little Sio gander. Yeah, we had a $50 from Upjohn. No message, but appreciate it all the same. And just a reminder for our major sponsors for the event and the whole what we're sort of doing here. Yeah, as Choco said earlier, raising money for early career cancer researchers via Game on Cancer. And our major sponsors for the event being Urban Climb, the Australian Rock Climbing Institute, who've donated 7 prize vouchers for the event for any urban climb location in Australia. So even interstate attendees can take them home and partake in that as well. So minimum $20 donation for that, I believe it is. And then you've got the Gigabyte, which is our major sponsor, who have provided 2 beautiful 32-inch OLED monitors. Minimum $50 contribution. You'll go into the running to win one of the 2. And the a generous community member gifted a brand new Nintendo Switch 2. Also $50 minimum contribution, going to the running to take home a brand new Switch 2 console.
It's also worth mentioning that our cash donations too go towards a little...
The raffle.
Yeah, the raffle.
Yeah, so if you're in person, cash donos for the raffle. Make sure to actually get your tickets too. Yeah. Don't dump the money in and walk away.
Don't forget our...
Unless you're just that based.
Infinite Worlds sponsor as well.
Yes, the tattoo parlor.
Yeah, the tattoo
Thank you for
parlor.
reminding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were giving everyone tattoos on site, which was great.
It's been awesome seeing everyone get involved and get a tattoo while they're here, and yeah, get something that either about their own speedrun that they've been doing or about just a game that they love. Like I requested this one, and they were really, really accommodating and super helpful. Beautiful tattoo as well. Like I'm so stoked.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolute shout outs to Infinite Worlds.
Yeah.
But we're all good. Everything's fixed now.
Awesome.
We should be able to get on with it.
Yeah. We'll let Corpsey lock in if you need to.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is the last fight in the game. It is... Arden's just very volatile for any run, regardless of what you do, because it involves the most tech that can just either soft lock or just straight out crash a game. So we'll just get back the Mage Mashers because they're very important to us, that we need to have them because it does actually count into MP that we need. I'm just going to take this off a little bit more safe just to make sure that I've got everything. We should be okay with what we've got here. I will actually not screw this up this time. And there we
Not
go.
much
All right.
farther.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go.
Well,
This is the menu that we should have had
Very
before.
nice.
yeah, but hold on a sec. Prompto, can I see your photos?
Sure.
I just need one.
I hated this scene the first time.
Really?
Put photos of the dirt.
Not as in that.
Take the dirt photo in with me.
Yeah, just
I just need one.
You can
Nah,
take
I
whichever you
really
like.
liked it. I thought it was a cute, like a really nice touch.
I don't mean it as in the sense
Then
that
it's
it's like it is terrible
one.
cutscene.
No
For me,
backsies?
it was more like I was already an emotional wreck by the time I got to this point of the game because I did care for the characters. I felt they were
Yeah.
actually my boys,
Yeah.
and especially seeing everything go on, see what happened, then see them the time skip, and then you realize what's going on. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
At this point, Noctis has accepted his fate, and he wants to take a picture with him to the afterlife.
Yeah, I feel like it really captures the idea of like lost time really well. Like the story, I think to some is like a little bit weak at times, but I think that the characters are really nicely developed. I did like I think Iggy and Prompto are my faves.
We will just keep it quiet for a second
let's
because
go.
I
Lock
just
in.
need to listen to certain cues that
I'm
Arden will
afraid
say.
you're
You
out
got
of
this. Lock
luck.
in.
The throne brings you here. It seats only one.
Off
my chair, Jester. The king sits there.
Oh, no. How
By the way,
I
we switched
have
outfits while we're in the
waited
cutscene, by the way.
for
Oh.
this. Longer than you could ever know.
So if we did that at any other
Tonight,
point besides O Noctis,
dreams of
game
the
crashes
blood
immediately as to why it's on that specific spot. No answer as to why. We do switch it again,
Despite
which will
all that
overflow
kept
and we'll
you
have
going.
no more outfit left. But
about a grudge.
what this does is it allows us to
Arden
actually
sits the
use
throne.
outfits while in combat, which is not possible by any
for
normal
long.
means. The game engine
This
has just
is my
completely given up.
ascension.
We've won.
What did you do?
They have no place in this. The Battle of Kings. Come, Noctis.
Ooh, done again. This is not good.
That's right. Lock in. You got this.
Yeah, remember how I told you about, like,
Yep.
if you do that soft
Yep.
block, gotta
Uh-huh.
repeat the cutscene? That's exactly what happens.
It's alright.
Trust a Final Fantasy game to be volatile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely. Like I feel like most Final Fantasy games will just do this kind of thing. Whether it's strats or Final Fantasy X-2 is bad for it as well.
It's just unfortunate because since we did skip Kings of Yore, it still thinks the bosses are there, so we can't save or anything at this certain point. So it means we need to go up this elevator all again, etc., etc. It is, yeah. It can become extremely demoralizing, but you just gotta power through it no matter what. And unfortunately, you can't skip dialogue either, because that just messes with all the menuing. It will do the exact same thing, real soft lock will crash, etc., etc. So you're very limited on what you can do.
This is the nature of doing things also one try, obviously, with marathons too.
Yeah.
Like, some games just have things that are very volatile.
Yeah.
So,
Like, I knew this coming into it, though, that this could happen.
Not much farther.
Well,
you got it.
shall we? Knocked?
Yeah, but hold on a sec. Prompto, can I see your photos?
Yeah.
I just need one to take with me.
Oh. Yeah. I get it. You can take whichever you like. Then it's settled. That's the one. No backsies?
And unfortunately, since we are stuck in this menu, we actually can't do any of this dialogue, and we have to wait it out because even though we can move it about, the magic menu will take priority over the dialogue when it comes to our face buttons. So like circle, X, etc., etc., etc. Those will take priority over that. So, but we are set up again. It's completely fine. At least we get to hear Arden again. Arden's an absolute Chad. Absolute unit, probably one of, in my opinion, he's one of the best Final Fantasy villains that actually won. Even though his story's absolutely insane. Immortal, he just wants things to end.
The throne brings you here. It seats
yeah, like kind of like I feel like boredom is what really drives him, right?
The king sits there.
Oh, Noct. How I have waited for this. Longer than you could ever know. Tonight.
Yeah, problem is the second outfit swap is insanely tight because you have to do it on that black screen.
Yeah.
So it's a lot tighter than the O Noctis swap.
Spite's all that's kept him going.
Talk about a grudge.
Arden sits the throne.
Not for long. This is my ascension.
What did you do?
They have no place in this. The battle of kings. Come, Noctis.
There we go. All right.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right. So I'm gonna lock in for this.
Lock in.
Just because there is an out of bounds that we do have to pull off in this fight, because we're not actually gonna fight Arden fairly for this.
That's right. We're gonna cheat.
Yeah, we're gonna cheat. Who needs them?
Right. LT and TCR, you got the spotter.
Yep. So we'll try to explain this. We are purposely going to go down just so we can use the Phoenix down, because we are going to use the regen abilities off the Phoenix down just to make sure our MP comes up, because we do need our 128 MP just to get this done proper. Ooh, why are we out of MP? What's going on? It's alright, this is why we got the extra Phoenix downs.
Chosen indeed.
Can you please not, Arden? Out of all times I've done this fight, he has never done that, ever. But we should maybe have enough time to get it. Okay, we're out of bounds. Maybe, actually, hold. Alright, we're out of bounds.
Oh, yes, let's go. Let's go.
So we're not supposed to be out here, we're just cheesing out of the fight completely, and we're going to see a familiar face for this. But while we do that, while Arden's chasing us, since we set it up a bit earlier, we can now go in and we can actually change our outfit, in which we're going to change to the casual outfit, and now we're old Noctis, but instead our hair's glitched.
This mission's going once they've completed. Got it. Are you ready?
Just having a good old time, just chilling out. Don't worry about it.
Going somewhere?
Going somewhere.
I got distracted.
Yeah, so now we're old Noctis. And now what we can do is we can actually switch back to the Magitech Exosuit, and we also want to start using our Hyperion now, but we don't want to use it in our first slot.
That's when you boys step in.
Yeah, so now we get to deal with Arden, and he's just kind of chilling out.
System goes back online.
We may be able to hear a funny voice line from him, maybe.
The quicker we do this, the better.
You got it.
Ah, terribly disappointing.
There you go.
Nice.
Let's pick up the pace.
So basically right now, Paul's going to help us take out Arden, in which we want to get him to about 60% because he will transition into the final phase, to his second last phase of his fight, which is basically just a one-on-one against both prior kings.
Too slow.
In which we will be looking out for a certain move that he will do, which is basically one big AoE with his sword.
Do you like what I've done with the
But there also is a chance that if Core gets hit quite a lot, we can actually get a summon out of him, which will immediately drop him off, and Arden's disappeared. There it is. Arden likes to get really finicky on where he goes just because he has the same powers as Noctis, being part of the Lucifer family, which is he can warp strike, he can use all the royal arms, etc, etc. So even though Core's in danger, it's completely fine because he is actually immortal, thus his name Core the Immortal. I know it's knock on wood, out of irony. But it's fine, he literally gets back up and he's like, yeah sure, it's fine, just walk it off, I guess. But just to kind of speed it up, we can actually kind of help him with it, and this brings Arden kind of back to us if we just ignore him for a little bit, because we really do need Core's damage just to pull it off or the summon. But considering Core's been in danger quite a few times, it should have a good chance of proccing the summon, but even then it can't be too certain. Yeah, if you got any donos or messages, let them go.
Yeah, I've got a 25 burger from Mr. Sailor Moon who says, "Oh yes, so that's who need."
Oh yes. Oh yes. So that's who need. Mr. Sailor Moon does love the circus.
Mr. Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
That's a friend of the show back home. I'm very excited to have yummy beers with him.
Yummy beers. Yum. Beers.
Is that really the best you can do? Perhaps it's
unfortunately, Arden, yes, that is kind of the best I got. I am just being careful of this timer though, as well, because if it goes within 2 minutes, it fails and you have to do the whole thing again, which, yeah, it's not ideal if that happens. I really need Core to get up and start doing damage. Or hit the summon, either one. I'm kind of desperate at this point. Because you're also completely at the mercy of Arden, whether he wants to stay around to actually do damage, etc.
I'm truly disappointed. Can't you do any better than that? 10 years and nothing to show for it.
Oop. Hit him a little bit more. Hopefully there's enough damage. Yeah, alright, we're good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to swap back into the casual outfit, so now we're wearing a completely different outfit this time around. This allows us, so Core will actually be for the rest of the remainder of the run, where he will just kind of be chilling out. So he's just kind of, he should be in the background, but kind of not at the same time.
I have become.
Hopefully he's around, maybe, but it's okay.
Ah, a king at last.
What is going on? What is this? It should be okay, regardless. No, alright. no, it's not recoverable.
Oh no.
No.
Still an excellent showing of the run, the concepts.
Yeah,
just incredibly unfortunate there.
Unfortunate that Arden, if you mess any of that Arden bit up, he throws the the game in a state where it just can't be recovered, unfortunately.
As is the nature of offline events.
Yeah.
So, but well done.
Still a great showing of all the tricks, glitches, and skips and everything like that. Well
it's all right. It was all for good entertainment. It's all right.
You should be happy with it. It was a good run.
Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, I'll give my thanks to the whole crew for bearing with this. I know it's completely gone over, but it's, I'm thankful for my crew back here, and I'm thankful for you guys for watching. But
anytime.
That is a
Thanks
do.
for having
well
us.
done.
Enjoy the rest of ASM.
Thank you.
See you later, everyone. All right, and that ends my segment as a host as well. Thank you very much for having me on for that one. I'll throw it over to our next host. Thank you, ASM. See you later.
G'day everyone, I am Aggie. I am going to be your host for the next few runs. While we are currently setting up for our next run, we have $5 from Dr. Rank, who says, only Corpsey would manage to go overestimate 3 times in one run. Put this towards Australia for FIFA. We just got $500 from Timmy Loves. The people want to see Casual Homer for Hit and Run. So true. Speaking of which, we have some really good incentives coming up in the next few runs. One of which is the Simpsons Hit and Run Homer 1 outfit. Currently in the lead from that incredibly generous donation is Casual Homer with $520. Moo with $340 and Chosen One for $125. And later on we have the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess naming Link and the name of Epona. So get those donations in. Now we're ready to grow some gardens with gardeners featuring with Nico Sar and Alley Cat. Take it away.